when it's shut down. That's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down.
Hey, what's up guys, it is Psycho or Sam here and welcome back to another episode of top-down shooter in Unity, guys. And today we're going to be looking at the enemy shooting and also the enemy targeting the player. So we're going to have enemy AI pretty much, but they're not going to move in this episode, at least not from what I think. If we have time, I'm going to probably create some movement. But if not, we're just going to be looking at monitoring the player by the enemy. And they're constantly going to look at the enemy, and after a phase of, or after like a X amount of seconds, they're going to shoot at the player. Before we start, guys, I just want to thank you all so much for all the support on my previous videos so far. I really appreciate every single one of you. I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to reply to all of your comments, but I'm going to try to focus on that a lot more from now on. Because I want to return to where I was before this like storm hit my channel, I guess. But basically, I'm going to try to answer all of your questions and reply to all of your comments. And with that being said, guys, before we start, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe if you want to stay up to tune, and let's get started with this. So first and foremost, as we're going to have an enemy AI that's going to shoot the player, I obviously want the weapon to be added to the enemy as well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move or copy the pistol holder for the player and then paste it somewhere empty. So I unhighlight unhighlight, is that a word? Unmark the player holder and then just, you know, paste it as an empty object. And now I want to move it here. Oops, that's a little bit wrong. Like that, there we go. And I want to move it in front of the enemy, like that. There we go. Let's rotate it a little bit correct. That's pretty good. Nice. That looks pretty good. And I'm also going to increase the size for this pistol just for the enemy. I'm not really sure why I'm doing it, but I just feel like it looks better. So next up, guys, I want to delete or remove the enemies that I have added to the scene, except for the one that I dragged the pistol in front of. So now I'm going to drag the pistol holder into the enemy like that. So now we have it as a child object of the enemy. And I also want to go to my materials folder inside of my assets folder, or assets tab or project tab, and drag the enemy material onto this pistol so that we have it red as well. I feel like it looks better like that. Nice. So it's quite obvious now that it's a part of the enemy object. Next up, guys, I'm thinking we can go straight into the coding part now, which is the more fun part, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go to Visual Studio. I already have it open, but if you don't have it open, just open up the enemy script and you'll have your API or the IDE open. Now, first and foremost, I want to make sure that the enemy always faces the player. So what we're gonna do is, we already have a public game object player, which is nice because we're gonna need that. And there we go. Now I'm gonna go to my methods section, my function section, and in here I'm gonna say, oh, not outside of public void, sorry, there we go. Inside of my public void update, I'm gonna say this.transform.look at inside of parentheses player. There we go. Oh yeah, this has to be a transform too, so we just say player.transform, not transform. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna go to my game and try that out, so we just make sure that it works. Oh, and also before we do anything more, I want to go to my assets folder and I want to drag my enemy from my hierarchy to the enemy inside of my project tab, so that we replace the old enemy with the new one, which also has a weapon now. Nice. Let's see if he actually now faces the enemy, which he won't because we don't have the, oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why it says none here, we basically had a public void start inside of our enemy script, which says player, which is the variable that is empty, is equal to game object.find with tag player. So we're obviously finding the player as soon as the game starts. So let's see here. Should be playing soon. Okay, so it seems to be the other way around, which is ironic. But basically what we can do here, just to fix it very easily, we can just take the pistol, move it literally behind the enemy, rotate it so that it works just fine with this rotation as well. There we go. And literally just rotate the enemy as well. And I also want to override the enemy side of my project tab again with the enemy that I have in my hierarchy, so that we make sure that it's facing the right position as soon as the enemies get spawned. So let's play and see, and that works fine. Cool, so it's facing us now, but it's obviously not reacting to anything more than the bullets, which he obviously dies off of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it to shoot the players. So I'm going to have a new public void, which is going to be called shoot. So we're gonna say public void shoot. There we go. And I'm also going to go to my variable section and say public float wait time. Okay, so this is going to be the amount of seconds that the enemy is going to wait before shooting the player again. So instead of in the methods function method section inside of our public void update, I'm going to say if let's see, what should we do, like wait time, or actually we're also going to create a new private float this time. Private float current wait. There we go. So current wait is going to be set to wait time, or actually it's going to be set to 0, and then as soon as it hits wait time or gets equal to wait time, it's going to set itself to 0 once again, and then it's going to be able to shoot again. And as soon as the enemy shoots, current wait is going to increase until it hits wait time. So we're gonna say current time is lower than wait time. Or actually we can just say like equal to 0. Why does it, there we go. And what is this? Current time does not exist. Oh, current wait. Well, yeah, we can just say, actually let's call it current time. It sounds so much better. I don't know why, but it just sounds so much better. So we're gonna say if current time is equal to 0, shoot. Okay. And instead of a shoot function, we're gonna say, let's see, and we could also say shot is equal to true, and we're gonna create a new variable which is going to be private one more time, and this is going to be a boolean. So we're gonna say shot, and this is pretty much going to detect if the enemy has shot already. If it's true, then we're going to increase the current time until it hits wait time. So underneath, we can actually delete these brackets. There we go, just to make it easier for ourselves. And underneath the if statement that we created inside of our public void update, we're gonna say if shot current time plus equal 1 times time dot 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 time. Okay, and we're also going to say if shot and the end icons, current time is it lower than, or yeah, lower than what's it called, current wait time, right? Oh, what did it do here? Oh, there we go. Wait time. There we go. So basically we're checking if we have shot and the current time is not equal to wait time or greater than equal to, or greater than wait time, because we obviously don't want it to bug out. And if it is, then we're going to increase the current time by 1 each second. And we're also going to say if current time is greater than or equal to wait time, current time is equal to 0. There we go. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And this is going to check if current time is greater than or equal to wait time, as it says. And then we're going to set current time to 0 so that it resets the cycle. We're also going to shoot. So I just want to test this math out. So we're going to say print shot, just to see in our debug log or whatever, or in the console, if the enemy can actually shoot the player. So for our wait time, we're actually going to set it to 1, so it's going to shoot every second. Let's see if it updated. There we go. Let's play the game and see in our console if it's actually shooting every second. Yep, that's working fine. The enemy is somehow moving for some reason. I don't really know why. It's literally just moving like back. Although I don't know why. Remove rigid body? Okay, it's because of rigid body. That's stupid. I don't know why that happens. It could be because it's like the player bounces a little bit. We could fix that pretty easily by just going to, or else we could just like remove the rigid body for the moment being from the enemy so that it doesn't bug out and move, but we can fix it later. It's not really that much of an issue. I just think that it's bugging out for some reason. So yeah, basically the enemy is shooting now, but we obviously don't have any bullets set. And I also realized that we can't kill the enemy now for some reason. Might be because we removed the rigid body. I remember that it's actually a little bit connected to rigid body together with the... Yep, it's actually because of that. That's kind of stupid, but I guess that's how Unity works. So somehow triggering doesn't really work that fine if you don't have a rigid body component added to your object, which once again is really stupid IMO, but I guess that's the way it is. Let's just go to constraints on our player or enemy's rigid body and say freeze position XYZ. So this is going to at least block the movement for the moment being, and we're also going to be able to kill the enemy, which is fine. Better than nothing, right? So we have now proven that the shooting is actually working, or the math that we just created, which was kind of simple, but I just wanted to make sure that it works before we actually make it any worse. Now what we could do is pretty much just like instantiate the bullets, and we're going to be using the same bullet, but I think I will just add it like red color to the bullet. Like let's drag the bullet inside of our scene, add a red material to it, the enemy material. There we go. And also increase the size a little bit like that. It almost looks like an apple. And we're gonna call this enemy bullet. And inside of our assets folder, I'm just gonna drop this in somewhere empty, not on the bullet, just somewhere empty, so that we create a new prefab of this. There we go. I can just delete it now from my hierarchy, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my Visual Studio and I'm going to add a new public game object, and we're gonna call this bullet. And inside of public void shoot, we're going to say instantiate. Is that right? Yeah. Bullet dot transform this dot, or yeah, we already have a bullet holder or whatever it was called. Wait, hold on, I'm actually gonna check the name for that. Pistol holder bullet spawn point. Okay, so we're gonna create a new variable one more time. We're gonna say public game object, what was it called, bullet spawn point. Okay, so we're gonna say go back to our public void shoot, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna say bullet spawn point dot transform quaternion dot identity. There we go. What's wrong here? Cannot convert from Unity. Oh, it was supposed to be dot position. There you go. Cool, that should be working fine. Now we just had to attach the bullet spawn point of the enemy to the enemy itself, so the variable, the section itself. I don't know actually how we should do it in the best way possible. I just want to check something here. Pistol holder, okay. Bullet spawn point. We could just search for the object from the parent directory or a child directory. I don't know. Let's see how we can actually fix this in the easiest way possible. Instead of our public void start, we're gonna say bullet spawn point is equal to, let's see, I just had to think a little bit here before we do something. Okay, so I checked the API list on Unity and I remembered something that was called for directory. You can actually use literally just game, what am I writing? Game object dot find. Instead of the quote marks, we just set, instead of like the regular name, we just say the directory. So we have pistol holder, right? I just want to check the spelling. Yeah. So basically you just call every child here. So pistol holder and then bullet spawn point. So we're gonna go back to Visual Studio. We have pistol holder, and we write slash, meaning one new object, and we just say bullet spawn point. There we go. And now we also want to set the bullet. So we're gonna say bullet dot is equal to game object dot find. Or actually, we don't need to do it for the bullet because we already have another asset for that. So we can just save the script and go back to Unity. And inside of, we just highlight enemy from the project tab, and we drag the enemy bullet into our bullet field here. There we go. And we can now play the game, and you'll see that the enemy, yeah, he's spawning now the bullets, but he's killing himself. The enemy is killing himself, literally. So what we're gonna say is, where's visual? There we go. We're gonna say, inside of our public void shoot, we're gonna say, oh yeah. So we're gonna create a new variable one more time, and we're gonna set private game object bullet spawned, just like we did the player. And inside, like before we say instantiate bullet.transform, we're gonna say bullet spawned is equal to, and then we're gonna say bullet spawned is dot transform dot rotation is equal to dot this game is equal to this dot game, or this dot transform dot rotation. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, we had to set it to dot transform. There we go. Property or indexer game object dot transform cannot be. Okay, we just set it to. We can go back to variables and we just set it to private transform instead. Then I don't know why it doesn't allow us to use game object at all, but okay. We don't need to use transform there. There we go. Now we can go back to Unity, and it shouldn't be killing itself now. Let's see. Nice. So yeah, we just had to rotate the gun a little bit so that it shoots correct. Like as you can see, it's a little bit tilted. We can just, oops, not that way. Let's see here. Like that should be fine. Still a little bit off. I'm also going to move this down a little bit and properly align in middle. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually very good. So as you can see, we're not killed, so we can't get killed by the enemy right now. So let's see. What I'm going to do is, let's see here. I want to make sure that the bullet doesn't kill, or actually we can have friendly fire enabled for the enemies. That could be a little bit more challenging for them to use. It could make it a little bit more fun for us. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're gonna create the player death. So, damn, this was actually a very long script. I didn't remember that. We're going to set a new void inside of our message section in the player script, and we're gonna say public void die. There we go. And literally we're just going to set it to print you've died for the moment. Like this is very, very simple, but basically that's pretty much it. You've died, and let's see. We're going to go to bullet, and we're going to say if other.tag is equal to player. Let's see, triggering. Oh yeah, we don't really need to set it to player because we already have it attached. Let's see. We should just set to, yeah, we need a new variable, and we're gonna set it to private game objects player, and we're gonna create a new void called void start, and we're just going to say player is equal to game object find with tag player. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going to say player dot get component player, and then health mine is equal to let's say 20, or like, yeah, we could just set 20 for the moment. We don't have a variable, right? Yeah, we don't have a variable for the player right now called health. So we're just going to create it and say public float max health, and we're gonna say private float health. So max health is pretty much going to be the maximum amount of health we can have on the player, and health is going to be the current one that we have. Cool. Public void shoot. Oh well, whatever. It was the why does this pop up again? I don't get it. Oh well, whatever. There we go. So instead of our void update, we're gonna say player depth. If health is or lower than or equal to 0, die. Nice. We're pretty much just having a very simple way of dying. Let's see, player health is inaccessible. Let's go back to player and make this public static float instead then. Should be working fine. Oh, nope, never mind. Member player health cannot be accessed with... Okay, we're gonna have it public then. It really doesn't like when you do that. I don't know why. Private should be working fine with this. Hold on. I'm just gonna test this out, guys. I'm sorry. Player health is inaccessible. Really? I thought you could actually do it when you get the component. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna have it as public then, but the important thing is that we don't really have to play around with health. Yeah, let's set it to 0 also. There we go. Maximum health is something that we have to play around with though. So we just go to player holder. There we go. And we're gonna set max health to 100. Okay, let's try this out actually. Before we do though, I need to add a box collider to the player. Oops, not that. Unfold this rigid button. There we go. And we have to make it is trigger. There we go. All right, let's try this out and see if the health is decreasing. Yeah, it is. Oh, I forgot to do that. Hold on. So health is actually getting to minus levels now. So we're gonna disallow that by doing this. We're gonna create a void start inside of our player script. Void start. And we're pretty much just going to say health is equal to max health. And remove this part where it says health is equal to 0. There we go. Now we can play the game and it should be working fine. And when we reach to health 0, we're gonna die, and it's going to print it out in the console. There we go. You died. And this is pretty much the methodology that is working now. But obviously there's nothing specific right now, but we're going to add that as well. And I'm just realizing how slow the bullets are. So we can edit that too. Let's see. And instead of wait time 1, we're gonna have the time to 0.5. Now it's going to fire rapidly. Nice. It makes it so much more challenging. Right now we only have one enemy, but when we have several enemies, it's going to be a lot more difficult. We could actually add a few now. I just want to test it out. There we go. Copy paste. There we go. Oh, there we go. Let's have 3. Have like random rotations for it right now, so that I can prove you guys that we have it working. I think I forgot to overwrite. Hold on. Remove the enemies that you added and drag and drop the enemy onto the enemy inside of our project tab. So the enemy from your hierarchy onto the enemy inside of our project tab. And now you can drag and drop the enemies into your scene. Nice. Let's one more here. You know, just random. Cool. Let's play and see how this works. Oh, I see. So it's now detecting the bullet spawn point from the enemy, only one enemy, which is stupid, but we can fix it very easily. Let me just troubleshoot real quick. So let's see here. Bullet spawn point. What? Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. I was like, wait, what? Object reference not set to. What is this? That's pretty stupid, actually. What if we kill it? It doesn't transform. That's really, really weird. We're gonna check this out before we actually proceed anything more. And after this is fixed, we're gonna end this episode here. Let's see. So it's pretty much just bugging out on the enemy script here. This part. It should be working fine, honestly. This game object. Nah, it's not gonna work. That's actually very weird. I guess we can just set it to search for every child instead of having it like this, which is a little bit stupid, but I guess that's pretty much the way we have to do it. Okay, so I really want to try this out. So we're just going to say bullet spawn point is equal to this.transform.getChild. Which object is it? Hold on. Enemy O or 0, 1, 2. Okay, so second object. Let's say second. Let's try this out. Cannot implicitly convert type transform. We can just say bullet spawn point is to transform them. Cool. Easy fix. Okay, we're gonna test this out. So let's go to Unity. But basically what I want to describe first, we set it to this.transform.getChild, which means we're getting a child from this specific object. And the second or third in this way, which is going to be the third child object. So basically the counting in programming works in 0, 1, 2, 3. So you always count with 0, which is in this case 1. So the first object ever is going to be set to 0, which is a little bit confusing at first, but you get used to it. So in this case, if we go back to Unity, we have it as a third object of the enemy, that it's bullet spawn point, you know, the object we want to get. Third child, but we set it to 2 because we start from 0, 1, 2. That's pretty much it. Let's try to play this and see how this works. Unassigned objects. Why? 41 or 61. Let's see. Is this the one that makes the problem? I don't think so. This.transform.getChild. Why though? I don't get it. It should be working fine. This is okay, let's say instead of public void update, I'm gonna say if bullet spawn point with an exclamation mark at start, meaning if it's missing, we're going to set it to the same thing that we had here, the same statement. Let's go to Unity after we save the script. I did save it, right? Yeah, there we go. Now go back to Unity and let's say we play the game. Huh. But it's correctly detecting whatever object we want. Why is this happening? I don't get it. Oh, I see. We're literally... Oh, I forgot that it's a child object of the enemy. I'm stupid here. We need to... This gets a little bit more confusing. Let's see. We're gonna create a new private transform and call it pistol holder. There we go. And we're going to say above the bullet spawn point is equal to this transform get child. We're going to say pistol holder dot or equal to this dot transform dot get child 0. So we're getting the pistol holder from this enemy, and we're also going to set this to pistol holder dot get child instead of transform dot get child. There we go. That should be working now. Oh, and also we could set it the same inside of this if statement here. There we go. That should be working fine now. Hopefully. You never know, dude. Yeah, cold is working. That's the clusterfuck. That actually makes it very challenging now. I'm also going to add a UI soon. Yeah, the enemy is not dying for some reason, or the player is not dying for some reason. Let's troubleshoot that real quick. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I forgot that we had a console. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Now the enemy is looking at us and we can pretty much move smoothly, and we can shoot the enemy, kill them, and the enemy can kill us for that matter as well. So that's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool game. Like, I really would like to make a full game of this and just like play the shit out of it. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry for the long video, but I really had to do some troubleshooting in this video, and I'm sorry, but I just try to make these videos very natural. But if you dislike the length of this video, let me know and I'll try to make them a lot more shorter. But there will be less info included in the videos that way too. But I guess you guys like these natural videos, don't you? That's also why I'm trying to make these videos a little bit more natural. Like, I don't really have that many cuts or whatever. I just try to like include everything that I think of, etc. And if I try something, I let you guys try it as well, because I want to teach you guys the best way possible. But if you feel like this isn't the best way possible, let me know in the comments, guys. I would really be like, I'm all ears when it comes to feedback, literally. Even if I'm not able to reply to your comments all the time, which I'm really sorry for, I am still like down to earth when it comes to these kind of things. I'm really like, I'm aware that I'm not perfect, so let me know your feedback. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below, guys, and also hit subscribe if you want to stay up to tune for new videos coming soon. There will be more level designs too. I saw that some people were asking for that, or actually a lot, because most of my channel's fan base is actually from level designing. So don't worry, there is more level designing, and I'm also gonna make a level design tutorial soon enough in Unity and in UE4. And also leave a comment once again with your feedback if you have any suggestions on what kind of videos that I should make. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the comments down below. Peace out, guys. Love you all. Bye bye.
When it's shut down, that's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut